Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another counter-side video. Now this is for the C server update. Hopefully we can talk about what's coming this week on C server. So hopefully just give you guys an idea because I know there's not much happening this week because we have a lot of things happen last week, right? With Awaken Shinja and stuff. So this week I think I'll be focusing more on global once the Steam client is released. I think in a couple of days. 1st of September, right? So let's talk about, we'll worry about that later, but today, let's talk about the C server. What are we getting? So, new challenge innovation setup, a vice president special bonus, a new normal recruitment Goliath. This is going to be interesting when I talk about Goliath specifically. Sword Fighter is coming back in the banner. Lily is in the banner. Estak, Irons and Zwei. So, Twins and Lily is probably the best valued character. Sword Fighter is decent, but I think Twins is still going to be better overall if you are like choosing between these two, unless you want to run the soldier team specifically, right? Which on C server, very viable. Alright, so soldier teams are super viable. Irons and Zwei vacation skin for sale. Okay, fair enough. So added a couple of packages. So let's talk about a few other things. Optimization. Okay, so business administration missions, new user missions were integrated into the task force plan. Okay, so I think global is having the same thing. They are like integrating this into like, we're gonna have a new mission altogether. Added filtering function to the DOM warehouse. Optimize the raid squad selection function. So the squad selected in the last raid operation become the default option. This is good. This is good. Like I have 3 presets, one for inhibitor, one is like for Britra, but every time like the third one is like it always toggles back to the first one, right? So it's a bit annoying. Simplified the salary negotiation system by removing the 3 options of negotiation cost and replacing them with a fixed cost. Okay, so pretty good right here. Optimize the Menti system. Only players with level 5 or above are shown in the list. Improve function of Gauntlet. So strategy battles. Let's see what do we have. Deleted the emails for defending failure in strategy battles and combine the victory notices into one email. Optimize the display of the opponent's defending team in strategy battles. The complete lineup is displayed for Diamond and below. 3 random characters are not shown for Master and Grandmaster. Okay, that's interesting. Deployment resource recovery rate for defending team in strategy battle has been reduced from 27% to 15%. So before this, the strategy, if you are wondering, right, the enemy team, their deployment rate is faster because they get 30%, 27% increase in deployment rate. So every 1 cost you get, they get 1.2 costs in their end. But now it's been reduced to 15%. Which is definitely much more manageable. I'm not sure how big of an effect. This is almost half. So we're going to see how that works. The deployment position of character in Gauntlet has been adjusted forward by 2 to 5. Yes, so finally, this is going to apply in global as well. Apparently in PvP, the distance is moved forward a little bit, so your tower units are not as back before. So when you win NPC, you will receive the points according to the level of NPC team, but not when you lose. The on and off option for Gauntlet Auto Battle has been changed to all or Gauntlet strategy battles. Okay, so some of you guys might be experiencing this difficulty that your strategy battle, the auto is always turned off. So now you can toggle it specifically, properly in the freaking settings, which I do appreciate. So fix the problem that the result display may be stuck at the end of strategy battles. Fix an issue where the Gauntlet buff did not work when the pick and ban options were enabled in friendly match. Fix an issue where the chosen NPC squad battle was abnormal. Okay, there's a lot of issues that are fixed. Adjusted CP calculation formula. When the deploy resource is more than 3, the greater the deployment resources is, the smaller the CP is. When the deployment resource is less than 3, the less the original deployment resources is, the larger the CP is. So yeah, so they are adjusting some of the formula for some of this CP thing, which is the characters. And also some of the damage formula has also been modified. Very interesting. So you can see group 1, group 2, group 3, they are changing the debuff resistance rate, etc. I'm not sure if I'll make a video dedicated for this entire thing. It can be quite boring. I don't want to go too detailed into it as well. But hopefully we'll try it out and see practically how different it feels. Alright. So yeah, let's talk about Goliath, because that's the only like probably extremely useful thing to talk about. So we're gonna be referring to Prideone.co. Big shout out to them. Boom. Alright, so what do we need to know about this guy? This is a tank. Remember, this guy is a siege unit. 5 cost, mind you, which is very expensive. 5 cost is the same as Titan, right? So, but it's a siege unit. So you can see fires potent munition dealing AoE damage, breaking barriers. Will not inflict damage to targets exceeding valid hits. In Gauntlet, decrease target's remaining HP by 30% of the target's max HP. In Gauntlet, decrease target's remaining HP by 30% of the target's max HP. Okay, not bad, but it depends on which tower units you're targeting, I guess. So this one makes him immune to all hit stuns, and he gets anti-tower damage resistance, which is kind of, you know what, how to make him more viable. This one should be anti-ground. Then this he's gonna just tower. Who use tower even, except for tower Xiaolin, of course. Right, gain attack plus 30% per power overlord, stacks up to 4 times. If tower unit or boss is within 3.5 meters, skill will not be cast. Okay, so attack, increase effect change to plus 45% per stack, creates barrier. Alright, and cannot be cancelled. Okay, so this is a decent special skill right here. And last but not least, large caliber tank gun. Anti-tower damage plus 40% by using a special large caliber tank gun. So attack increase up to 50% based on missing HP. Now again, on paper seems pretty cool, but you can clearly see it's mostly just does a lot of damage to tower units. But this guy is not that strong based on what I've been told. He was broken for the first few days when he was released, I think. In KR, players were complaining about him. But then the developers just nerfed him to the ground and he became like completely useless. I wouldn't say like useless, but to the point that nobody uses him anymore. So Rhino is 4 costs. This guy is 5 costs. And he doesn't have like way more HP than Rhino. Like look, his HP is 75,000. I think he has about 120,000 or 150,000 HP initially. But this is kind of low. At 110 is about 88,000. So there's only so much he can do. There's only so much he can do with these stats. Yeah, HP is not that high. Damage is probably not there except if you're targeting tower units specifically. So it's much more of a PvP unit for the time being. So far, the only danger close boss that's tower is Replacer King. So maybe unless you want to target that guy specifically to do more damage towards him, I wouldn't pull for him. I wouldn't waste my blue tickets on him. But yeah, if you guys want to, make sure that to keep in mind that he's not used often, he's not that strong either. So take it with a grain of salt. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this week for C server. Nothing much, just Goliath and some damage changes formula. So yeah, I'm gonna tune out. I'll see you guys again in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Give this video a like. Have a nice day. Bye. Take care now.